Hi guys, in this week's jam-packed vlog, we're going to take a trip to the south of Spain to Andalusia and my favourite city of Seville. We're going to go to an amazing beer bar. We're going to take the drone up and talk about drone settings as we go on a tour around the city. I'm going to go and visit my mate in Utrera as well. And while we're there, we're going to learn about the mad bell ringers of Utrera. We're going to look at Antiquariums, we're going to talk marriage, and we're also going to fly the drone under a bridge, which I'm sure we shouldn't do. Oh yeah, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to find out where this Windows screensaver place is, because it's always been nagging me and I've always wanted to go there. So get yourself a cup of tea, a beer, a whiskey, whatever's your tipple. Let's get going.
You make me feel something more than I've felt before.
So currently at Stansted Airport yet again, which feels like at the moment it's my second bloody home. Having a quick beer, and it is 11:15 in the morning, so not bad. We're flying off to Seville to see my mate Gregorievich, who was my best man at my wedding. I've mentioned him before in other vlogs. And also we're going to hire a car after being there for a few days. We're driving down to Marbella for our friend's wedding. So Dave and Paula are getting married. We're taking the drone, we're taking you guys as well in the Canon. We've got the GoPro as well. So hopefully we're going to get some lovely shots of us driving through the countryside, lovely shots of Seville, and also lovely shots of their beautiful day. Do you remember our beautiful day, Emily?
I do.
Do you regret it? So for those of you who followed me for quite a while, remember that I went skiing in January and I used this exact same shot at Stansted Airport to get a sped up version of us travelling through the train bit. I'm sorry I've done it again, it's just too good to miss. This one was a bit juddery, but you know, it makes that boring trip round to the terminal just a little bit more fun, guys, yeah? There's loads of reasons to love Seville, and one of the things I really like about it is that you can fly into the airport and the transfer to the centre of the city in a taxi takes 10 minutes. Super quick. We already realised as well that it's going to be baking hot, and this is like mid-October. So we're at our hotel, and I've actually been to this hotel twice before because my best man, as I've said, Gregorievich, lives in Seville. So when I was here, when we were checking in earlier on, they said, have you been to Seville before? Do you want a street map or anything like that? And I was like, don't worry about it, mate. I've been to Seville before. I've stayed at this hotel once before as well, and it was lovely. Before you know it, boom, they've upgraded us to a suite. Oh my God. So Emily's in here, she's not very decent at the moment. We go upstairs, there's a big bedroom over there. So you guys can see yourself on there. That's the camera you're on at the moment. Do you like that? You like seeing yourself up there? But best of all, we've got our own balcony. So tomorrow, when the sun gets round, we're gonna be able to lay on these here, literally just have time to ourselves, which would be really nice. We're going to go to dinner tonight at a restaurant called Eslava. If you've never been to Seville, Eslava is the number 2 rated restaurant, I think, in Seville. Unlike restaurants in, say, the UK, where if it's a number 2 restaurant, it's going to be like 200 quid for a starter. Eslava is a tapas bar, just like every other tapas bar in Seville, where each dish that comes out is billed at about 2 or 3 quid. So you're like, wow, man, this is so cheap. It's absolutely amazing. I was in full vlogging flow, as you can see, guys, but then I quickly got a phone call from my mate Joshua. See you soon, guys. I've got to give my mate Josh a call. See you soon. Straight away, we left our hotel to explore the nice old city streets of Seville. There's lots of hidden doorways to leafy inner courtyards that are all secretly tucked away, and a walk down one street could easily take you 10 or 15 minutes just looking in all the doorways and being nosy. Definitely take a few minutes out to visit the Plaza de España that you might recognise from the film Lawrence of Arabia. Each ornately tiled alcove relates to a region of Spain, and you could easily spend a couple of hours here just strolling around and taking it all in. And you'll also recognise the Alcazar Palace if you're fans of Game of Thrones, because this is the Kingdom of Dawn. I visited the palace in the past, and you have to get there really early to avoid the queues because they are massive. Many cities in Spain lay claim to be the home of tapas, and it's often thought of that Seville is the one with the biggest claim. Tapas used to be a type of food that when you were drinking sherry, you'd use some bread or a small amount of meat to actually cover the glass up between sips, and then after a while the food actually became more important, which is great because we're about to visit my favourite restaurant in Seville, Eslava. But before we do that, we're going to go to my favourite international beer bar. Oh yes. So we just had a lovely lunch, and now we are going to the international beer bar, my favourite bar in Seville. So we're currently in one of the bars in Seville. It's quite a rare bar in Spain even, I'd say, is where you can buy loads of different world beers. They have an extensive menu when it comes to beers. If you look at it, loads and loads and loads and loads of it. My mate Greg was here originally about 2 or 3 years ago, and it's like one of those things, every time we come back to Seville, we come back here. So it's my 3rd time in this bar, and it's the same staff as well. Yeah, it's just really, really good. So if you ever come to Seville, you know what, they do actually have a website. So I'll leave a link to that. I promise I will in the description below, and you can check it out. I want to admit something now. Me and Emily got slightly delayed in this place and then had to visit Eslava on the next night. So let's jump forward to that. If you ever come to Seville, they do this egg thing. That's all I can really say. They do an egg thing, they do a black pudding thing, both of which are absolutely, absolutely delicious. I really want to big it up more, so get here. Go to this restaurant. It's cheap, but the food is incredible.
So we have a this.
Emily. Here's the egg thing that I'm on about. It's so tasty. Sponge underneath, then this like mushroom sauce, and then that egg yolk just sat on top there like that. As you can see, Emily's completely ruined cutting hers up, and to be honest, I didn't think I made much of an effort either. Well, this is the best tapas you're ever going to get. Emily's just cracked one open just now, but this is the nuts. Oh man. Right then guys, so I'm on the roof of the hotel. They don't usually open the roof up here until about 11 o'clock, but a lady very kindly allowed me up here, basically do some photography. But obviously, as we all know, what I actually mean is we're going to get the drone out. There's 2 bits I want to film. I want to film the cathedral and also the large kind of mushroom thing that is over there. So there's the beast we've got there. There's going to be a lot of magnetic interference up here. So guys, following on from the drone flying that we did when we were in Barcelona, this is a very similar situation. We've got the Mavic Pro 2 set up to record on D-Log, which is the highest and easiest to grade setting once you get it into post when you're editing. But also we've actually got the speed setting for the Mavic set to racing. So if we've got any problems, if there's a problem with the battery and we don't have a control over the full area that we're flying over, we can get it back to where we launched it really, really quickly. Anyway, as you can see, we're flying over Seville Cathedral at the moment. This was the final burial place of Christopher Columbus, and believe me, if you actually look at how far his body travelled after he died, I think it travelled more than he did when he was alive. When Seville was under the control of the Moors, it was predominantly an Islamic city, and the cathedral used to be a mosque, and I think you can kind of see that in its design as well. One thing you've got to check out when you go to Seville is the Metropole Parasol. It's absolutely wicked. Construction began with this in 2005 with an estimated cost of about 50 million euros. In the end, this wholly wooden structure was built with birch imported from Finland, but they had problems with the structure and the design because it hadn't been technically tested and they didn't really know whether it was going to stand up to the stress or not. So a feasible design in the end was used with glue as reinforcement, and they eventually finished the beast off in 2009, and apparently the cost of it approached 100 million euros. Today it's a brilliant landmark. Go up there, have a walk about, have a look around. There's a couple of restaurants up there as well, and it's really, really worth going to have a look at. Also underneath there's ancient Roman ruins in the Antiquariums, so check them out as well. It's definitely worth a morning or an afternoon's visit. So we're at the worst car rental place in human history. So I'm just going to get some stuff on my chest here. Why is renting a car so bloody hard? They pretty much take most of your details when you actually go to hire it online. Then you get to the hire place, there's one person in front of you and it takes about 45 minutes for them to figure whatever they're doing out there. It's almost like everyone who's employed at a car rental place is their first day. Really, really weird. Our car's just got here. Can you believe it? Been here an hour. 45 minutes south of Seville, you'll find the sleepy town of Utrera, which is where my mate Gregorievich lives. So we took the car down there, and I didn't film loads because I just wanted to catch up and we didn't really want the cameras in there. But there were a couple of things that I wanted to share with you before we moved further south. At the moment, we're in Utrera. Is that how you say it?
Utrera.
This is Greg.
Utrera. Hola, ¿qué pasa?
Sí. No entiendo. Yeah, so it's, was it a town of 50,000 people, you say?
50,000 people, yeah.
How many
Spain.
churches?
There's 4 or 5 churches of this size, and in total there's probably...
Did you just say deep Spain?
Yeah, España Profunda.
Is that what they say?
Yeah, that's what they say, yeah. Deep, traditional,
España Profunda.
religious Spain. España
Yeah.
Profunda.
Greg's about to find a video of the guys who do the bell ringing at this particular church, which is Santa Maria Church. So what is it, those bells up there people stand on
Yeah, I'll show you.
to slow them down? This sort of thing makes me really appreciate how completely crazy people are. That is really high up, and I don't think you'd ever get this happening in England without like a massive health and safety problem. But these guys obviously love doing what they do, and it's part of a big festival that Greg was telling me about. We also learnt loads of other stuff from Greg about like the laws in Spain. Like if you've got a second home, it's cheaper for you to knock the home down rather than pay to keep it. So there's random patches of scrubland where there used to be a home, but the owners have knocked it down because it's cheaper to have it as just a random bit of land. We also visited the Church of Utrera, where yet again Christopher Columbus reared his head, because some of his sailors actually came from Utrera and they brought back a crocodile with them from their travels, and it's still in the church today. We could only stay with Greg for a couple of hours before continuing our journey south, so we switched the cameras off and had a nice meal with him and his missus before continuing our journey. Another hour and a half of driving on the abandoned Spanish roads, we came across the small town of Ronda. Greg had mentioned that the bridge at Ronda is one of the most beautiful sights you can see in the south of Spain, and as soon as I got there I realised this is the place I've been looking for because it was always on my Microsoft desktop as the screensaver. We were on a time limit to get checked in at the hotel in Marbella, so I didn't get all my camera equipment out, we just got the drone out and filmed what I really wanted to see. Because I was in such a rush, I also forgot to use the automatic focus settings for the Mavic, which means that I think some of these shots might look a little bit soft. I've tried to sharpen them up in post, so they don't look quite as good as I thought they would, and I only realised this when we got back home and I was back in the office. But still really pleased with the shots I got. Ronda's a lovely place. I have to go back there, spend a weekend there or something like that. It's definitely worth doing. But for now, we had to move on. So we have finally got to the villa where my very good friends Paula and Dave are getting married this afternoon. Look, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm not going to film a lot of the wedding or anything like that. It's a special day for them. I want to enjoy it with them as well. But we are going to be here for another couple of days afterwards, so we'll probably be able to catch up with them then. But one thing I want to show you is the venue. The venue is gorgeous. So we've got a lovely villa here that we're in. That's what you guys are on at the moment. Yeah, this is the bit where I bump into Paula before the wedding. I'm not supposed to see you. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention as well that Paula had a bit of a nervous breakdown during the wedding and refused to let go of this chair. This is Paula, by the way. She's getting married today.
With a chair.
You look delicious, Paula. See you soon. So that's Paula. We've just met. Now we're going to go see Dave. So the venue for the wedding was in a small town called Benavis, just above Marbella. And as you can see, beautiful weather. Yeah, Dave, interview time.
Oh, great.
So this is Dave and Dom. Dave's the groom, just here, and Dom the best man. How do you guys know each other?
Xbox. It's the first time we've met in person. We work together and we're from the same village. It's the centre of the universe. Yep.
It's the centre of the
It's actually the greatest universe. Greatest village.
Dom, what do you think of Paula's choices?
Well, can be questionable, I think, especially this one.
So what are you expecting of the day today then, Dave? What are you gonna? What's the?
It's going to be brilliant.
Is there going to be a moment you're going to take yourself off and sort of have a little think? Because it is a big day.
I will do at some point. On the toilet,
little think on the toilet.
I want a rollie at some point, so I'll sneak off somewhere, and then I'll deeply reflect on what's going on. But most of the time, I just want to be around Paula, enjoying a day. The day she's arranged for the last 8 months.
If you were going to talk to a load of people on the internet and give them one message about marriage, what would it be?
Do it. It's wonderful. It's a great idea, and you'll be happy for the rest of your life.
So you realise how good a liar Dave is. But we sat down and had a lovely intimate wedding with everybody and a great wedding breakfast as well. I put the camera away and only got it out later on in the evening when everyone was completely hammered and we were all dancing away. I got the drone out at Paula and Dave's request to get an aerial photo of everybody and also get some aerial footage of the villa we were in as well. intimate and beautiful wedding, and we were privileged to go out there and spend time with Paula and Dave and their family as well. And it was great as well because the next day we had a nice chill by the pool and just got to know each other and make new friends. So I don't think you can ask for any better setting for a wedding. It's absolutely gorgeous here, and yeah, it's been lovely to come out here and do this. Today what we've been doing is just chilling by the pool because obviously weddings can be rather heavy on the liver organ. And the next day, well, we woke up this morning. I woke up like 11 o'clock, which is late for me. I'm usually 6 in the morning, straight out of bed. So we just all went down, came back to the villa that Paula and Dave have hired for the wedding and for where they stay and everything like that. We just had a day by the pool. We had loads of pizzas delivered as well. And there's obviously quite a lot of booze actually from the wedding that we needed to finish off as well. So it's been pretty good. So that's what we've been doing today. Probably going to get a reasonably early night tonight. I don't know, I might go to Benavis to get something to eat. It's a cool street, really cool little place actually. It's a nice little sort of small town Spanish feel. Can I just say thanks ever so much for watching the vlog this far. It means a lot to me that you guys are enjoying what we're putting out and what we're doing and my editing and stuff like that. Please subscribe, it makes a massive difference to the channel. I love to get new subscribers in to get you guys interested in what we're doing and stuff like that. Thanks ever so much for your company through this vlog. We'll be uploading a lot more now that we're back in the UK. I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks ever so much for watching, and remember, peace out there, guys. Oh yeah!